What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. I had to do some shuffling around, but for today's video, we are going to be doing a quick 5-year rebuild, because usually the rebuilds that have been on the channel lately are 10 years, but we're just going to keep it within a 5-year rebuild with a certain roster decision that was made the other day.
I tell you what, like the old saying say, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
So yes, we are going to be using the base Patriots roster from the conclusion of the 2020 draft. So they're going to have all the picks that they made. It wasn't a particularly great draft, but it is the draft nonetheless, as well as signing Cam Newton. Now, for the greatness of Madden, pretty much going to pay him $11 million more than what he got from the Patriots in real life. A 1-year, $18.5 million contract, which is quite absurd. But yeah, we're gonna try to do the damn thing. It's gonna be difficult because just from the logistics of it, Cam Newton is 31, he's 73. So we do know that the Patriots offense is pretty cheesy in the sim. We do know from various other rebuilds that Cam Newton going to the Patriots is very common in Madden, and he's won the MVP a couple times, which is good, and it's kind of what we're gonna have to have happen if we want Cam Newton to really resurrect his career. But I guess if we could just even win an MVP and a Super Bowl, that'd be pretty good. Get him back to that MVP Cam form. So, I mean, I don't really need to go through the rest of the roster. You should know it. At least go through the rest of the roster in depth. Running backs, you know them. Wide receivers, we got Julian Edelman, Sanu, Marquise Lee, N'Keal Harry. Harry's going to have to step up. We need him to establish himself right away as a wide receiver 1. He has doesn't even have a dev trade anymore. That is rough. Not much at tight end. For sure, not much at tight end. Offensive line is solid, but, you know, the age, at least it's a 5-year rebuild, not a 10-year rebuild. We should be able, over those 5 years, to have Mason, Andrews, Tooney, and Wynn. Defensively, let's see, oh, man, this Patriot team, man, I don't know. I have no idea how the Patriots are actually going to be in real life next season. I mean, there's no way they're going to be bad, but this is like the weakest Patriot roster I've seen in a long time. So, yeah, we got Anthony Jennings, Chase Vinovich at edge, Hightower, Bentley inside. Uche will probably actually, I don't know, man. It's like one of those things. We have old guys that are way better than the young guys, but you want to play the young guys to start tapping into that development. Corner, we got Gilmore, McCourty, John. I mean, for this rebuild, since it's such a small window with Cam Newton, we're probably just going to play best player, generally speaking. Like, we will play Simon over, say, Uche. But yeah, well, the secondary is on point, though. They definitely hit out the park there. J.C. Jackson, Jones, McCourty, and Gilmore, all those guys, very high-level players. McCourty at free safety. They got Duggar here at probably want to move. I'm going to probably actually have Kyle Duggar start at strong safety. He was like, you know, him and Josh Uche were probably my 2 favorite picks the Patriots made. So we'll probably, I don't know. I don't really know if how many young guys we're gonna get, but we're just kind of showing where the roster is. It's all about Cam Newton. Let's get after it. 5 years. Can we get the Patriots into the Super Bowl? Can we get Cam Newton into the MVP Cam realm yet again? Decent. So one of the first kind of hurdles that we wanted to achieve has already fallen. N'Keal Harry, who we put in the slot. This is like very early. Went up dev trade. I'm going to put Julian Edelman back in the slot. But obviously, you know how the sim works, and we wanted N'Keal Harry definitely to get off that normal dev. At the midway point of year 1, Cam Newton's all about ties. We have 2 ties already. Yet to lose, undefeated. That's the positive. Bills are playing very well. This is kind of how it could play out in real life. Definitely a lot of people expect the Buffalo Bills, even with Cam Newton going to New England, being the best team. I mean, obviously, casual football fans are going to see Cam Newton and the Patriots are going to think the Patriots are going to run away with the division. But when you look at the rosters, Patriots are much, I don't think the Bills are like a tier ahead of the New England Patriots, because as long as you have that coaching staff, as long as you have Bill Belichick, there's always a chance. But I think that the Bills would be, like, if I was predicting where it's going to go, I'd say Bills 1, Patriots 2, Jets 3, Dolphins 4 for the division. But either way, contracts here. I'm using just a generated Madden draft class as well, just putting that out there. So we have, first up, Dante Hightower. We'd like to get him back. I mean, McCourty on a 1 year. That's a lot of money, but he's a solid corner. Joe Tooney's actually probably the first, like, important re-sign, like a must-have. I mean, we can move on from these guys are up there in the 30s. He's 27. We got David Andrews. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why do we have Cloudy on the team? I swear to God. I swear to friggin' God. There's something game breaking going on right now in the sim where I turn off don't sign anyone computer and they still find a way to sign someone. So I'm going to go ahead and cut Jadeveon Clowney and we're going to continue this season. Why, Madden? Why? At the end of year one, thank God, that ridiculous looking record. I don't think if we had the 2 ties, we would have made the playoffs, but we did. We got Cam up to a 76, 77 with the confidence boost, so that's solid. That's pretty much as far as you could probably go in one season with a 30-some overall, or 37 age quarterback. What is he, 31? We'll just say he's 30-something. Once you get over 30, you're 30-something. As someone like myself that's getting kind of close to 30, would be 37. But hey, there's his touchdowns, 37. 30 touchdowns, 12 picks, 4,200 yards. Not bad. We got 800 yards, 6 for James White. Cam went for 605. Haven't seen rushing numbers like that since we did a Trey Lance rebuild. So that's almost 5,000. He's sniffing. He's in the territory of 5,000 total yards, 35 touchdowns. I will take that. He didn't fumble it once. Receiving, Julian Edelman in the slot. I mean, he feasts 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Keen had a nice year as a rookie, 72 catches, 775 and 4. Might get some rookie of the year consideration. Harry was okay. Defensively, Hightower, 120 tackles. We get 8.5 sacks from the rookie Anfernee Jennings out of Alabama. A couple picks across the board here. Quick look at the yearly awards. We had the number 1 offense. 1 year! It took us 1 year, and that's like an average season. Really. Hell yeah. Year 1, Cam Newton, MVP. I'm going to be honest with you. One of the most, I'm not going to say undeserving, but one of the softest MVP awards I've seen. I didn't think he was going to get it. Wow. He's your offensive player of the year. I mean, he'll go up depth trait. That's going to be, that should help, right? That's it. We have Cam Newton. That is it. So, let's smoke the Bills. Let's remind the Buffalo Bills who the premier team is in the AFC East. All right, Cam Newton in the snow. I mean, I don't know how much snow he would have played in Carolina, but I guess they might get some snow there, right? I don't know. I don't live in Carolina. I used to order soccer gear from Carolina. True story. But we're smoking the man. MVP Cam Newton. As long as there's no fumbles that he needs to fall in, and I'll never let that down. If Cam Newton went and stayed and became a Florida Gator great, I would have, Men in Black that play from my memory because I would have been probably one of the biggest Cam Newton homers in the league. But then, of course, stole a laptop, went to Auburn, and everyone, the rest was history. And there was no fumbles, and we're able just to edge out the Buffalo Bills here. 31-24, solid game for Cam Newton, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nice game, Mohamed Sanu Sr., 7 catches, almost 100 yards, as the Patriots are moving on. Bench time from the 2019 playoffs, Titans and the Patriots. Can we find a way to stop Derrick Henry? Because we're not scared of Ryan Tannehill. One damn bit. Even though Tannehill, much like Cam Newton, is kind of a sim beast here in Madden 20. We, not too long ago, did a Tennessee Titans rebuild, and we won 2 MVPs with Ryan Tannehill and was a runner-up 1 year. And this is not looking good. Tennessee has figured out how to stop Cam Newton. Apparently, at least through 3 quarters. Oh, come on, defense. Get a stop. Oh, it's brutal. This team here fought tooth and nail. It's a loss. But enough that, we got Cam Newton re-upped. We got him on a very reasonable deal. He's had to go up a depth trait. 342 yards, 3 touchdowns was definitely not Cam Newton's fault. We just could not run the ball. Played way better than Ryan Tannehill. Yet we still fall 33-23. Move on to year 2. Those that are free agency, I'm spending money, baby. I'm spending money. First up, we're going to go in on Chris Jones. No other bids. He'd be a D-end in our scheme. Same with Jonathan Allen. Just solidifying our D-line right away, which is... You know what? The more I think about it, we'll get rid of the Jonathan Allen one. Because D-tackles are, in my opinion, outside of offensive tackles, D-tackles, there's always like 3 or 4 first-round ones. So let's just get someone like Chris Jones. And then why not? I don't really need a tight end. Keen was solid. But if G-Reg's there, we got Cam Newton. Might as well try and bring the band back together for one more season. All right, so take a look at this absolute smoke show of a draft class. In the first round, we got Jeff Nichols. Our running game was underwhelming, and we got the number 2 true talent player in the draft out of Alabama. Patriot pick, 78 hidden dev. Monster. Looks like an absolute monster. I did not pick up the 5th-year option of Sony Michel as well. Then the second round, we didn't really need, it's just BPA. Ricky Moy out of Vandy, 76 hidden dev. Almost a scheme fit. Long term, I mean, once things get happening, it'd probably be Kyle Duggar and Moy as our safety pairing come year 4, year 5, maybe even year 3. We got a 660 tackle, 69 fullback, 70 tackle, and a 72 offensive tackle. So, I mean, unreal draft class, pound for pound. You know, it's as good as it gets. As we gear up for year 2 of Cam Newton era doing the Patriots, he's up to a superstar dev after winning the MVP last season, which is great. I think, I don't know if he gets any new abilities. Doesn't show anything when he hits 80 overall. So, yeah, hopefully he keeps on keeping on. We can have a 33 X factor come next season. Nichols, we're actually going to go with him as our starter, and we'll use James White as our receiving back. Edelman still doing his thing in the slot. We got Harry on the outside. You know, still lacking that other wide receiver, which is nothing new to Cam Newton. You know, the year Cam Newton won MVP, had, you know, shit all for wide receiver. He had Greg Olsen, who we have here yet again. O-line still solid. Defensively, we're going to go with the rookie Moy at strong safety. Linebacking core, Uche and Jennings will go on the outside, remove Vinovich down on the D-line, along with Chris Jones, that big get in free agency. He should wreak havoc. Gilmore's almost a member of the 99 Club. It's an aging defense, though. Hightower's only going to regress. McCourty's only going to regress. We have the other McCourty, who's probably only going to regress. But I think this is still a really, really solid team. And definitely if Cam Newton keep that level of play up, here in year 2, I expect to win another divisional title and go on a playoff run. Midway point, 4-3. Didn't get the luxury of the ties that we had a year ago, but we're right in it. Only a game behind the Buffalo Bills for AFC East lead. And you know that we're going to play very strong down the stretch. It's what New England does. Looking at our contracts here, first up we got Gilmore. Pretty much going to pay him whatever he wants. Best corner. I mean, I don't know if he's the best corner in the National Football League, but he's right up there. We got McCourty here. I'm letting him walk. I was giving him that opportunity because we have depth at safety, and he wants more money. I will pay Gilmore, and we got Julian Edelman he wants to be here till he's 39. Sure. Greg Olsen, I'll re-up with you. Sure, why not? You're gonna retire. And if you do retire, we get that money back. Definitely want to keep Bentley at middle linebacker. He's solid. Almost at 80 overall. Of course, he wants more money. And I think that will probably do it. We'll come back on Bentley. We'll come back on Greg Olsen. And we'll come back on Gilmore. And unfortunately, McCourty's greediness got both of them are going to be gone. Both McCourty twins are gone. Oh, God damn it. I tell you what, this was not what we were looking for. Even though a 5-touchdown performance in Week 17 over the Titans, still not good enough. 8-8. At least it wasn't Cam's fault. This is ultimately a Cam Newton rebuild, so as Cam's playing well, we're all happy. Cam Newton, oh my God, he's going to be fringe getting a dev trait, going up to an X factor. 34 touchdowns. He's 7th in yards. You got to average out to be top 5. Should be it. It's going to be right on the cusp. I don't know what the other numbers look like. That's hell of a year. Rushing attack was not great. Julian Edelman still dominating in the slot. Not a horrible year from N'Keal Harry, all things considered, with the Madden Sim. Defensively, Hightower still playing at a high level. Sacks are way down. Spending all that money on Chris Jones and getting that is a slap in the face. Wow. 23rd offense. Was our defense? Did Chris Jones make our defense just that much better, though? Like, are we a top 10 defense? We're horrible. We're bottom tier and everything. And he won it again! Copy paste, he won it again. What? And we got Defensive Player of the Year, Dante Hightower. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Ricky Moy. Wide Receiver of the Year, Julian Edelman. How did all these things happen? And we're 8-8, man. It's absolutely brutal. Continuing to spend in free agency. We got, unfortunately, Greg Olsen retired. G-Reg, third leg. But Mark Andrews is here. There's actually some really good tight ends, but we're gambling on Mark Andrews and not, like, if we don't get that, because it's divisional rival, Goddard's going to be gone most likely. Hopefully Njoku would be there. Round 2. Like, if we miss out on Andrews, we can go back and try to get David Njoku. And yeah, and then we're just looking Kiki Kute. 25, you got a star dev, just nice little wide receiver there to pair with N'Keal Harry. Draft recap time. I simmed it out after this pick in the 3rd round. AI did not help me. The computer did not help me out. We got a 71 D tackle, 70 outside linebacker, 70 defensive end, and our best pick here, Andrew Irvin, almost built like a goddamn tight end. 6'4", 223, 72 hidden dev, scheme fit, slow as hell. That's like the slowest receiver I've ever seen. Didn't attend the combine, so I wasn't aware. But a physical specimen outside of that. Good, let's just hope that dev. He's going to need a good dev trait, though. If that's a star dev, this guy here is going to be depth at best. If that's superstar dev, we might got something special. So as we start things out here, year 3, things are looking better. Cam Newton's up to Superstar X Factor, winning MVP twice. So that's good. I mean, goal 1 was kind of in a ways getting Cam Newton back to MVP form, and then the rest, the Super Bowl and stuff, should write itself. And we've done that. The running back we drafted last year, Jeff Nichols, came out Superstar X Factor as well. So that's dope. That's great to have. We have Harry's 81, Kiki Kute, who we got in free agency, Irvin. We have decent skill position players, losing out on Greg Olsen but getting Mark Andrews. That's a big get. Marcus Cannon's gone. We're going Page at tackle. Rest of the O-line remains the same. Defensively, no crazy changes on the D-line there or the linebacking core. Duggar gets his chance to start at free safety because we moved on from McCourty. Moy's depth trait's only a star, which is a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world by any means. Uche actually went up a dev trait as well. Ooh. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do Uche here, and then at left end, let's move Vinovich. We'll chase Vinovich to left end. I mean, 6'3", 285, that's really, there's no other way to put it. That's very undersized, but, multiple front, he can give you different looks. He goes up overall points. That's just better for the defense, and it's bad sim, doesn't make sense anyways. Let's get after it here in year 3. Midway point, 3-4. It's not great, but again, it's not like anyone's running away with the division. Only a game back on the Buffalo Bills, so we're still very much in it. Contracts, we got Stephon Gilmore. Let's give him just, we'll keep re-upping him on a 1-year deal until the end of time. Okay, N'Keal here. I didn't pick up his 5th-year option. I really do feel like 5th-year options in this game. I mean, I know what a 5th-year option is. I know why they have it, but I feel like it's always just that one huge cap hit on that year that you have. It's just, I'd rather just hammer out a long-term deal. I don't know what the percentages are on the long-term deal being cheaper than the 5th-year option. It should be consistent, right? But, man, we are not getting a lot of guys re-upping. Not a lot of people are buying into the project that we're trying to do here. But I definitely do not want to let N'Keal Harry walk. Jonathan Jones, 1-year deal. That's not a brutal contract if you take it, which he does. Oh. Can we get him on a 1? He doesn't like anything about it. Okay, no, screw that. We don't need centers. We'll save a little bit of money there on David Andrews, and we'll definitely come back on Gilmore, N'Keal Harry, and Isaiah Wynn. At the end of year 3, that is a bye, ladies and gentlemen. A 10-6 first-round bye. Very uncommon, but I will take that. Let's just sim a week here to figure out who we're going to be taking on in the AFC divisional round, and it is going to be, of course, the Buffalo Bills, who have the 9-5-2 record we had 2 years ago when we went on a playoff run. How do we get here? I guess that's the big question. Cam Newton, big reason why. 4th in yards, 6th in touchdowns, 4,200 yards, 32 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Also chipped in 300 rushing yards. I mean, it definitely feels like we're not maximizing our Superstar X Factor running back here. That's not what we're looking for, but as long as everyone else keeps eating. Wait, what? Did we not even talk about Julian Edelman retiring and not having him on the squad? Because that's disappointing. Hightower had a huge year, 120 tackles, 8 TFLs, 7.5 sacks, 9.5 sacks after D. Jennings, 7 from Chris Jones. That's a little bit better for a 3-4 D end. I mean, it's not Aaron Donald numbers, but it's getting up there. Joanne Williams out of Vandy, 3 interceptions, leading the team. We have the number 6 offense in the National Football League. Defensively, 12th, not bad. Happy where we're at as a unit. Patrick Mahomes is your MVP. Cam Newton coming in number 8. A little bit of a drop-off this season. For individual awards, didn't have anything, but don't care. 10-6, first-round bye. Now it's time here to give the Bills all the smoke. All right, let's get after it. two-tie Buffalo Bills. There's no way, right? Even though they do have the MVP in Josh Allen. And I will say, very suspiciously, feels like after the last Madden patch, I mean, there's probably nothing to do with franchise. Come on, let's be honest. But Josh Allen is just a god. He wins MVP. He's like the new whoever the Saints quarterback is that wins automatic MVP. That's Josh Allen right now. He's like Trubisky and all that stuff. And this is not looking good. We're getting the bye for being the number one team in our division. This is not a good look, New England. Giving up number 12 defense, giving up 44 points at home. It's just not your dad's Patriots team right now. 5 touchdowns, Josh Allen, given the fact that we have Stephon Gilmore. Like our secondary is a strength of this team, and we give up 5 touchdowns to Josh Allen. So even the most audacious number is a 74% completion percentage. Not good enough. Here for the offseason, at wide receiver, just didn't get enough playmaking. Irvin, very slow. I mean, came out start. Not a whole lot we can work with. So we're going to go all in on one target here in free agency. And he's actually the top free agent available, Scary Terry McLaurin. He told me to go frig myself. Unbelievable. I guess there's only room for one Scary Terry in Boston. And it's the guy that plays on the Celtics. This draft was awful. There's been a lot of bad drafts. I would argue that this draft, fringe top 10. Worst. There was 2 players, 2 in the whole draft that look remotely draftable to me from my scouting. And I got their 2 tackles. I mean, we do need a new lineman. I'll have to slide someone into center to take over for Andrews. And then this guy, Tyler, it's a great looking player. 71 hidden dev at Ohio State. Scheme fit. So, I mean, we'll do some shuffling around on the O-line, but this guy here definitely will be a starter for us. So at least we got a starter out of it. But my God, the drop-off after I had a bunch of guys that were second-round grades. They were all gone except this guy. And outside of that, there was nothing. So much red. Year up for year 4. I mean, our team's actually better than it's ever been. We're up to an 84 overall. No real changes on the offense. Real annoying. Looking at our wide receiving core, knowing that we missed out on Scary Terry, which was ridiculous because we had easily the most overwhelming top bid for him. Still couldn't land him. On the offensive line, we did shuffle it around. We're moving Page, who was a right tackle, into left guard. Thuney from guard to center. And Dishman will be our starting right tackle. On the defense, starting to hit with some regression here. Gilmore's out of the 90s. But other than that, yeah, we're happy with where we're at. We're definitely happy with our defense. Very solid defense. No glaring weakness from top to bottom. So let's see if Cam can have another MVP caliber season here in year 4 and carry this Patriots team into the playoffs. Okay, midway point 5-2. Year 4, 5-2, tops of the AFC. So this might be the first time at the midway point we are first place in the division, but it's still, very tight. 2 games separate first to last. Bills and Dolphins looking solid. Contracts, as always, just continuing to re-up on these 1-year deals with Gilmore. One of these times he's going to take it. There we go. The initial offer. Shaq Mason, another guy we definitely want to keep on the roster. These are guys that we want for the final year of the rebuild. So players that we expect it's going to be tough to get an upgrade in free agency. I definitely want to keep Jennings. He's been actually fairly solid. Uche as well. He's gone up dev trade. Well, some of these guys accept some money. Thank you. Let's keep Kyle Duggar. Might as well try and keep one of the more prolific picks from that 2020 draft for the Patriots. I mean, I'd re-up with see if we can keep James White in-house. Still probably one of the better receiving backs. So, yeah, we will have to come back on Anfernee Jennings as well as Shaq Mason, but I feel comfortable we'll get those deals done and still have a decent chunk of money to help get this team over. I don't know. We might not even have to get over a hill if we end up winning the Super Bowl this year, but, have that cash as an emergency break glass in case of emergency type deal for year 5. God damn it! Year 4 didn't even make the playoffs. 9-6. Mike, okay, well, the Bills are on a tear. Josh Allen probably won MVP. That is not, our team's up to an 86. This is a peak Patriot team, and we just got shafted by the Bills. Cam Newton dipped off in production this year. I'm riding him in the ground. We're not going to get a new quarterback unless he retires, which is a chance. He's 35. I hope he's... let's do this. Let's do everything we can to ensure we try to keep Cam Newton by that retirement influence there. Keep him for the full 5. But that is, it's going to be tough to win a lot of games when your quarterback's playing like that. We finally broke 1,000 yards for a running back, which is cool. He's a superstar X Factor. Should be one of the best running backs in the league. Hightower continues to play at a fairly high level. Uche, 13.5 sacks, 9 from Jennings. Tell you right now, worst money spent is Chris Jones. Absolutely has not lived up. I mean, we wouldn't pay an outrageous amount of money for like a superstar D tackle. It was like in the 60s, $60 million, but still, he's been incredibly disappointing. 4 picks, Stephon Gilmore. Yearly awards MVP, Kyler Murray. Josh Allen still in that discussion, and it's very annoying that we're kind of running into that juggernaut known as Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills here in this save. For individual awards, not seeing anything there for the New England Patriots. Just a complete wash of a year. Really, the only thing we have to look forward to is hopefully Cam Newton does not retire this offseason, and we can give it a go year 5. All right, good news. Cam Newton is back, and we have a decent amount of money to go and improve our defense. So we're going to try to bring in Fletcher Cox here to be a nose tackle. Undersized nose tackle, but he is arguably one of the strongest players in the National Football League. He should be able to make that transition. But, you know, maybe he wants to stay in Philly. They're the second bid. Could be tough. And then we got Kenneth Murray, middle linebacker, trying to get him away from the Chargers. He'd be a huge get for this defense as we look to try and replace Dante Hightower. And kind of as predicted, we got Murray, and Fletcher Cox wanted to go back to Philly. Can't blame him. I'll tell you right now, shout out Terry Tate, office linebacker. For anyone that remembers those videos, you know, you're a real one. We need special teams. Not looking great because there's not a guy that's like 6'5", so we're going to go with the tallest punter available. Hopefully he's like 68, 69, he's 66. Whatever, we should have just drafted Terry Tate, office linebacker. Draft recap, I kind of want to try in this draft. You know, it's the last draft, but I felt like we've had a couple bad ones, so I made all my picks. Solid draft. I mean, we got 2 special teamers here. Should make the roster. We got a 70 guard. We got a 67 tackle with a hidden dev trait, Stackhouse. We got a 68 guard. We got a 70 defensive end. And we got the #1 player in the draft, Cordell Curse, was projected to go in the 3rd round. By any time you get #1 player and there's 77 normal, you know it's not that great of a draft class, but still, he's a solid corner and might get some, you know, playing time here as a rookie. This is it. Everything we've built for Cam Newton Patriots. 85 overall, 85s across the board. 2 MVPs. He's actually not regressed, which is kind of good. That's what we're looking for here. Not much has changed in wide receiver. I mean, the offense is essentially the same. No changes. Hopefully they can play better than what they did last year. Defensively, you know, no real changes. Change at D tackle. We got Atkins starting. You know, undersized. That's about it. Linebacker core, we got Murray. Hopefully, I mean, that's going to be huge because big shoes to fill. The best, most consistent defender we've had has been Dante Hightower, so hopefully Murray can step in, fill those shoes, but it's all about the offense. The offense is either going to play like MVP Cam, or we're going to go far, or he's going to be mid-20s in yards and touchdowns, and we're going to be, you know, 500 at best. Decent. As we enter the year, 10-6, able to run the gauntlet. Not trying to take in the wild card. Cam Newton went up ability. I think he got this one, hurdle animations. I don't think we're. Oh no, he got Homer, playing at home. Are we at home? Because we're gonna pop a bit. We are at home. I'm gonna pop in if things get a little too one-sided, too shenanigan-y. So yeah, let's look at the stats. How did we get here? Cam Newton played. There we go. We got Cam Newton playing like a fringe MVP quarterback. 6th in yards, 4th in touchdowns, 3,900 yards, 32 touchdowns, 72% completion, over 1,000 yards for Nichols. We got N'Keal Harry with a solid year. Irvin with 12 touchdowns. Andrews had a solid year for a tight end. Defensively, Murray, solid. I mean, not quite the numbers we were seeing from Dante Hightower, but acceptable numbers nonetheless. 11 sacks, Jennings. 11 for Uche. 10.5, Chris Jones. There we go. The pass rush was existent here in year 5. Cordell Curse, our first-round draft pick. 4 interceptions. Probably played himself into a defensive rookie of the year position. We have the #7 offense in the league defensively. It's #2. Very nice. Bill Belichick got these guys going. Teddy Bridgewater's your MVP. Cam Newton coming in at #4. He's your offensive player of the year in the AFC. Defensive player of the year went to Weaver. Whoa, come on. Runner up. Best QB was Cam Newton. Well, we'll take that. We'll take that. Really, 3 years Cam Newton has been the best quarterback in the AFC on New England. So if he can even get half of that in real life, I think Patriot fans are going to be ecstatic. But here we go in the playoff run. We're going to be simming, but things get a little bit weird. We'll have to hop in and try to handle stuff with Cam Newton. All right, come on. It's foggy. It's bad weather. Cam Newton's at home. Come on, we could beat Drew Lock. There's nothing that the #2 defense will fear from Drew Lock, okay? And I say that as someone that's fully confident in picking Denver as my sleeper team in 2020, that they're going to make the playoffs. But in a Madden Sim standpoint, I don't think I've ever seen Drew Lock win an MVP. I don't think I've ever seen him get, 40-some touchdowns, anything crazy like that. The kind of year that's really going to take to beat the New England Patriots. I don't even think we need to hop in once. We'll come in for one play. Just cuz. Just cuz. To gloat. To high arse it. As we call it in the business. In the business, I said. What the hell. Anyway, 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can take a shot here. N'Keal Harry, big jump ball type guy. He can't even draw the PI? He can't even draw the PI. 3 touchdowns on the game for Cam Newton. Thought we'd be able to get the PI. See, look, I don't always hit my streaks. But, luckily in that scenario, we're already up big. We shut down Drew Lock, as I expected. Cam Newton, very strong game, and New England is moving on. All right, game 2 of the playoffs is going to be a little bit more tricky. We got Mahomes and the Chiefs. I guess you could say if there's a coach that could come up with a scheme to contain Tyreek Hill and Mahomes, it would be Bill Belichick and his number 2 ranked defense. Wow. Did not see that. This defense is damn near historic. This is ridiculous. Unless we bottle it here in the 4th quarter, kick our feet up. This one's over. 35-10. Holding Mahomes, Tyreek, Edwards-Helaire, all the great skill position players, and Cam just went off 4 touchdowns on the game, over 100 yards, Geeky Kute, as the Patriots are going to the championship game. In the championship game, taking on probably the most dangerous team outside of the Chargers in the sim, the Cleveland Browns here. Come on, give me a chance. We'll come in now. Pretty much any time that we're down and we can have a chance to come in, I'm going to, because the Browns are a different animal. They don't have Baker Mayfield, but they have like a random generated Superstar X Factor quarterback. So, he beat him. As long as he can get past the safety, which he does. N'Keal Harry. The streaks, verts till it hurts. Works at least that time. We're at 500 now for hitting on the verts. Come on, man. Defense. This defense has been dominant. Gotta be able to find a way to stop him here. There we go. The sim gets a touchdown. Down 2. It's a safety. That is the deciding factor right now between these two teams. Cleveland's been solid. They definitely have been very solid. 4th quarter, New England we need a play. We need a streak. So if you ever need a streak, you need it right now. I don't know who has the speed right now. Maybe it's Harry. Oh, that was not a smart decision. That was just... I don't know if we necessarily had Harry, but a way better decision than throwing that one. God. It's probably too little. We got to hit the onside. I don't think I have the ebook capability to hit that onside. So it's just, we're pretty much in a verts offense right now. We have some speed. Ooh. That was close. If the challenge system worked in this game, I would be considering throwing the flag, putting some laundry out in that field. Let's go back to that same play. Hopefully that safety doesn't go over top and we can have straight up Harry on that corner, which is Denzel Ward. The safety's there, but it don't matter. Yes, and he gets tackled into the end zone. Beautiful. We should just be throwing to N'Keal Harry every time. This game might be tied up if we made a better decision on the earlier throw. Damn it. Well, I'm going to be able to make it look a little bit more respectable. So you can get a touchdown here to Andrews. Hunt the ball, Cam! Stop adjusting your goddamn sweatbands. There we go. We've been pretty much unstoppable outside of arguably the one play that we needed. We gave them hell. We gave them absolute hell. And, for this rebuild, I didn't really have a lofty expectations that we'd win a Super Bowl, but knowing how Cam kind of played in the sim that I've seen from an outside looking in, I was expecting we played well. And we got 2 MVPs with Cam Newton. So in a way, kind of success, Cam Newton on the Patriots. But we didn't get team success, but we got individual success. And we got Cam Newton playing like MVP caliber Cam, which is a good thing. Which is definitely a good thing. So I hope you guys did enjoy this little impromptu, obviously with the news of Cam Newton signing with the Patriots. We're going to make a video about it. We will be here tomorrow with a video you're not going to want to miss. It's going to be my reaction. It might not be live, but it'll be my reaction to the Connected Franchise Mode blog that we're going to be getting from Madden. And then the next rebuild dropping on Wednesday, we're going to be doing the San Francisco 49ers. So make sure you guys tune into that. Thank you guys for 130,000 subs. We're on to 150 now. I want to try to get as close as humanly possible over the next 2 months. before Madden 21 season begins. So keep on subscribing. Thanks for all the support. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for... I have no idea what to prepare for that Madden franchise blog. But I'll tell you, right, my expectations, bottom of the barrel. But I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching, and peace out.